Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And today's content is going to bring a smile to your face. Now, the Tennessee GOP legislature does not play. Of course, they're dealing with a tragedy in Nashville, and we all know that nationally. But that didn't stop the gun control activists from acting a fool. Well, the consequences are coming, and you've got Democratic representatives who were leading those protests who are no longer on committee spots and will probably be removed from their actual representative seats. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to show you all the details here because you know how this is getting manipulated. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking the video, and making sure you turn the notification bell on. We need as many people as we can to get into the fold with us to help pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation by spreading information just like this. And as I mentioned in the introduction, we are not playing together. Today, the GOP legislature is making issue of the behavior of the Democratic representatives who led gun control protests in the Capitol. It wasn't a good look. In fact, it looked very akin to something else in our history, which the media really likes to remind us of. Anyway, let's keep going. Tennessee GOP members moved to oust 3 Dems after gun protest. Of course, you got to put a real flowery spin on it, but let me show you what they're actually doing. Representatives Gloria Johnson, Justin Jones, and Justin Pearson are accused of disorderly behavior. Disorderly behavior there in quotation marks. This is from Politico, so I'd expect nothing less but a little bit of a left washing. But let's continue. Let me show you what they did, and you can tell me if this is a disorderly conduct or an actual disorderly conduct worthy of consequences. Because let's check out what's going on. Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee Republican lawmakers took the first steps on Monday to expel 3 Democratic members from the GOP-dominant House for their role in a recent gun control protest at the state capitol. Now, keep in mind, these are the media. These are the same people who said mostly peaceful protest while buildings were on fire behind them. Keep that in mind, okay? Resolutions have been filed against Representatives Gloria Johnson, Justin Jones, and Justin Pearson after they led chants from the House floor with supporters in the gallery last Thursday. The resolution declared that the 3 had participated in disorderly behavior and, quote, did knowingly and intentionally bring disorder and dishonor to the House of Representatives. So they were on the House floor with a bullhorn shouting gun protest slogans with gun protesters up in the rotunda or the supporting gallery. Yeah, that seems perfectly normal. Don't worry, there's excuses, of course, because that is how we do this. Check this out. Hundreds of protesters packed the Capitol last week, calling for the Republican-led State House to pass gun control measures in response to the Nashville school shooting that resulted in the deaths of 6 people. As the chants echoed throughout the Capitol, Jones, Johnson, and Pearson approached the front of the House chamber with a bullhorn. That is not what you do. Talk about decorum and disorderly conduct. There it is. It's in the article. And that's why they've lost their committeeships. And that's why they're probably going to lose their whole representative spot as well. But don't worry, the left will make him a hero. And this is something that, the reason I put this next piece in here, this is something that I really want to hear from you guys on. Have you noticed that when the left breaks the rules or breaks the law or gun controllers break the law, it's always an excused behavior because, well, it's for a good cause. Now, of course, good cause is something that's completely subjective based on the left's opinion of things. But have you noticed there's no consequences because they were impassioned? They were coming from the goodness of their heart, even though they broke the law. Are you catching a trend and a theme across our entire culture right now? That's everywhere. Here's why I say that. As the 3 shared the bullhorn and cheered on the crowd, Sexton, who is the House of Representatives chairperson, Speaker of the House, rather, a Republican quickly called for a recess. He later vowed the 3 would face consequences. Meanwhile, House Minority Leader, this is the Democrat, Karen Camper, described their actions as good trouble, a reference to the late U.S. Rep. John Lewis' guiding principle. So now they're trying to tie it to a civil rights movement. What? Again, this is a completely subjective decision and a subjective opinion because they broke the rules and decorum, but it's okay because it's good trouble, likening it to a civil rights issue. Ironically, the very thing that they're pushing for in their gun control approach is a civil rights issue as well, but let's not get down in the weeds. It was good trouble. But I'm sure these people were squeaky clean. I'm sure they've never done anything wrong. This is the first offense. They are good. Oh, no, you don't believe me? Check this out. Pearson and Jones are both freshman lawmakers. Johnson has served in the House since 2019. All three have been highly critical of the Republican supermajority. Jones was temporarily banned from the Tennessee Capitol in 2019 after throwing a cup of liquid at former House Speaker Glenn Quesada and other lawmakers while protesting the bust of Confederate General Nathan Bedford Forrest inside the Capitol. So he was leading a protest inside the Capitol, and then he assaulted other members of the House, throwing liquid on them. This sounds like a very reasonable and peachy person, but the media is not going to go down the road of, yeah, they probably had this coming. No, no, no. It was good trouble. This is an important theme to catch. Now, look at what the Speaker of the House has said, because I think this is a very measured approach to this. Quote, their actions are and will always be unacceptable, and they break several rules of decorum and procedure on the House floor, Sexton said in a tweet. Their actions and beliefs that they could be arrested on the House floor were an effort, unfortunately, to make themselves the victims. That's the point. They're taking it upon themselves to be the victims and the center of attention, using tragedy for political forwarding of their career, or political aggrandizement, or political capital. The entire point here is, instead of having a conversation and respecting the tragedy that occurred, they went on a bullhorn in front of the House and made an entire spectacle of themselves and the House. That's why they're losing their committeeships, and that's why they're going to get kicked out of the entire representative chamber. It's not good trouble. It's still breaking the rules. It's still breaking the law. It doesn't matter what your subjective opinion is. It's still fact. That's why we're in the situation that we're in today, because rules and authority and accountability has become a subjective opinion. Anyway, one more thing, and then we'll go about our day before I get too much on that soapbox. Well, in effect, those actions took away the voices of the protesters, the focus on the 6 victims who lost their lives, and the families who lost their loved ones, he added, again, making it all about the people who want the advocacy for change against the people who actually suffered the injury. That's an important piece to understand, because these people are making it about themselves, and now the consequences of their actions are going to further their own victimology. And that's what I've got for you. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.